Hey everyone, welcome back to the Squatch Watchers YouTube channel. If you're a new viewer, welcome also. As you can see on your screen, in this video we're going to be analyzing what appears to be a massive ape-like figure or a Bigfoot carrying or breaking a tree branch in the wilderness of Maryland. First, our research member Taylor is going to give his input and analysis on this trail camera image. Then, stay tuned as I give the backstory of this photo as well as my analysis, and we break down this picture into its deeper components as well as enhance the color quality to see if we can see more than what meets the naked eye.
Okay, so my God's honest opinion on this photo. I have not read the backstory. This is my first take looking at it. I thought that it was a bird carrying a twig and just blurry, flying fast, and I was like, it's a bird. I dismissed it as a bird. But after looking at it really closely, if you look in the bottom right, there's a stump that's actually closer. You can tell by looking at the picture that is closer to the screen than the figure that I think would have been a bird. So if you really look at this thing, you can tell it almost looks like what we always call the quote Bigfoot. It's not that it's moving fast, it's that its camouflage fur is really good, and you can see that this thing is actually carrying a stump. So Tate, after speaking with you about it, I totally agree. This could be a Sasquatch.
This image was emailed to us by Martin Cain, and to give you the best backstory I can of this photo, I'll just give you the text that was tagged along in this email. Please review the picture I have attached. This was taken less than 5 weeks ago. This creature has marked this area with bent trees. I've been telling people for years that there was something in these woods. Finally, he was photographed. There is no picture before or after this frame. We believe it was in a full run and must have heard the camera click and turn towards it. When the camera is activated, it takes the first picture, then the second picture in 6/10 of a second. Then it takes the third picture in 10 seconds. My buddy hunts in that area. That is from his trail camera that was activated Sunday night. When the camera is tripped, it sends the pictures immediately. I went to that area last year with him and he told me about the trees bent over and the mysterious sounds he heard. I explained to him this was a Bigfoot or Dogman territory. I saw one in this area about 47 years ago when I was a kid. I ran up on one and he was about 10 feet away. I turned around and ran so fast and never went back into the woods since. I was stalked when I was young. I just started going back into the woods again, but I am heavily armed just in case. We are planning on going back to that area this weekend. I know the neighbors in that area have heard strange sounds in those woods for years. This is located just outside a town called Hebron, Maryland. This is between the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. This area is known for raising millions of chickens. When I had my encounter was where we would throw dead chickens in the wood line. I believe they feed on dead ones along with deer and corn. Last year, there were 3 or 4 deer dead in a pile, no gun wounds, just laying there. Before I begin the analysis and the breakdown of this image, I'll cut to the chase and give you my opinion on this. I 100% wholeheartedly and humbly believe that this is a legitimate picture of a Sasquatch in motion. Now bear with me. I know this is a very blurry and pixelated image, and I am well aware that the Bigfoot community is always noting about how all the subjects in the images and videos are always blurry and never clear. But if you look closely, you can see a face, what appears to be a Neanderthal or humanoid type face, with dark or translucent hair all around it. The subject also appears to be tearing a tree out of the ground or carrying a tree branch off with it. Unfortunately, the subject is moving so fast with such velocity in this image that we can't make out what exactly is going on with the tree it's interacting with. I do love the fact, however, that Martin referenced tree structures and bends in this particular area of woods. It correlates well to the Bigfoot activity we have on the property we research in western North Carolina. If I were to estimate the size of this creature, judging by the distance of the trail camera and the size of the trees in the background, I would estimate this creature to be around 6 to 8 feet tall, which would categorize it as a juvenile. But there's a twist. Taylor mentioned the translucent gray looking hair making it look cloaked. What if this is an elder Bigfoot? And this elder Bigfoot was carrying this tree off for firewood or some other use. At that point, all of our imaginations can wander. These creatures are so mysterious and majestic. We want every little piece of interaction we can get with them. And on this day, I'm very thankful that this trail camera captured an image of this one. As I did the best I could with the color grading and the filtering of this image, you can see that as it is enhanced, the facial features become more and more prevalent. I still, without a doubt, believe that this is a legitimate image of a Sasquatch, and it is carrying some type of tree off with it. We have to remember, these creatures do not want to be seen. They have stealth-like features and abilities. It would make sense for a trail camera to only be able to capture one image of this subject in motion. In conclusion, there are a few details about this image that I just absolutely love. The fact that you can see and make out a face, the fact that it looks like a cone-shaped head on top, and also the fact that it looks like it's in motion running with a tree in its hand, and the fact that when you first glance at this picture, your eyes are automatically drawn to the right of the screen at the subject. Overall, besides the unfortunate blurriness of this image, I think that this is an excellent catch by Martin Cain and his hunting buddy. While it has its distortions, it still shows a clear picture of a Bigfoot in action, something we don't see too often. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Is this a Bigfoot or is it something else? Also, feel free to share your Bigfoot stories with the community. We would love to hear them. Until next time, keep squatching.